As it stands then, your top 10 will be Bezzecchi, Aldeguer, Acosta, Fernandez, Marini, the Marquez brothers, Mir, Oliveira and Zarco. As mentioned, for the second time in a week, 3 Hondas potentially going into Q2. That RC213V is coming to the party, isn't it? Fabio Quartararo needs to come to the party, pretty sharpish here in Mandalika. The Frenchman down in 14th place. As Bagnaia then head down, he's not bothered, he can't be bothered, can he, about Mark being in his slipstream. Quartararo then just, well, he has squeezed, and we say squeezed at the optimum term as far as Fabio is concerned. He's just got to be in 9th place, 6,000th of a second clear of Oliveira, just over 500ths clear of Zarco, now in 11th place. So Quartararo bumps out his fellow Frenchman.
Bagnaia nowhere in the first sector. Look how much Marc Marquez has caught him already on this lap, and this lap ain't going to move Bagnaia into the top 10 unless he does something heroic in the remaining 3 sectors. The rear steps out on the way into turn 10. Marc Marquez once again closes up. Bagnaia already a second adrift. He's going to have another couple of attempts to try and rescue this.
Yeah, Mark potentially picking up 1 spot from 7th to 6th. He can't rest on his laurels here. This is not a given that he's going to be directly into Q2. So 2 GP25s stuck in P nowhere right now. De Gil Antonio 15th. We're on board with Bagnaia, who's currently in 16th. Alex Rins, another shout out to Rins. He has just got himself back up inside that top 10. He's 9th fastest at the moment. As everybody, well, Bagnaia
trying to come back onto the racetrack and found Brad Binder right in the way. It's just I guess a symbol of how scruffy this afternoon has been, all told, for Ducati.
So it's a 1:29.240. That's the time that everybody's chasing. That time, surely, well, that's a given. I think Marco Bezzecchi can already plot his plans for Q2 tomorrow morning. Raul Fernandez still up there inside the top 4 with a 1:29.733. 2 Aprilias, our only 2 Aprilias on track inside the top 4. Morbidelli trying to make a late move, and he needs it as well. The Italian, who of course fought so closely for the podium here 1 year ago before Bagnaia got the better of him late on in the Grand Prix. Oh, somebody's down heavily. Alex Marquez. Well, the Ducatis are having a dismal day here, aren't they, in Mandalika? And so too are the Marquez siblings. The 3rd crash of the day for Mark and Alex. This is a painful one, isn't it, for Alex, who is trying to hang on to 2nd place overall in the World Championship. Bagnaia, has he made a mistake though? Has he rolled out of it? That's into turn 10.
Yeah, he was way offline when we cut round to him. Good to see Alex Marquez is now up on his feet. This is into turn 12 through the left-hander foreground, and the front end goes very early, and already Alex Marquez is trying to protect himself with the impact that's coming. Fortunately, it was the bike that took the brunt of the damage.
Yeah, I'd imagine sliding for a good, 50-odd metres on his back there on what is a scorching hot surface. It's just going to be a little bit of friction that might have just some kind of friction burns on the skin there for Alex. It was a nasty one. Well, our top 2 riders in the World Championship, including our world champion, of course, now Marc Marquez, are having a punishing Friday here in Indonesia. Mark at the moment, though, is still in Q2. That's the most crucial aspect for him. He's in 8th place. Rins and Quartararo on the factory Yamahas just behind him.
Bagnaia has 2 more shots at this lap and 1 more. He did get over in time to complete this lap and 1 more, but the yellow flags are out again. They're in the first sector. Are they ahead of Bagnaia or are they behind him? As he now comes to complete the first sector, they were ahead of him, and it was a crash for Enea Bastianini, who will not be improving on 14th place.
Yeah, it's been a miserable time for Enea since he had that brilliant podium in Barcelona. We thought that was the big breakthrough moment for the Beast, didn't we, in Catalonia? But since that epic 3rd place in Spain, well, it's been all downhill since. Oh, Zarco's down for the second time as well. And that's another heavy one for Zarco. Just look at the damage to the back of his leathers. Turn 8. Well, it's turning into a bit of a demolition derby, this, isn't it, here? Front end goes out from underneath Zarco. And just on the lip of the gravel there, he just got picked up and flipped over a couple of times. So late yellow flag drama is going to be so pivotal in this session. 35 seconds remaining, anxious faces there That's Pecco Bagnaglia's crew chief, Christian Gambarini. Bagnaia is going to get one lap, but will it be a yellow flag free lap? That's going to be the big question.
Yeah, I don't know ultimately how much of a difference this is making to Pecco Bagnaia, because he has been struggling all afternoon, but he's had consecutive laps now impacted by yellows. First for Alex Marquez's crash, and now for Johann Zarco's crash. 10 seconds remaining. If those yellow flags aren't cleared quickly, which they are now, then Bagnaia might have been absolutely powerless. He has one more shot to book his place into Q2, and could it be his teammate that he knocks out?
Mark right in the danger zone, right at risk, down in 9th place still. Ralph Fernandez is still inside that top 5. First rider in this session to take the checker flag is Acosta. He's safely through, no problems. 3rd place for the KTM rider. Morbidelli's just set his best lap of the session so far. He's got over the line cruising for one more, but he's just outside in 11th place. Mark, 8 thousandths clear of Rins in 10th spot. The times are so tight. You can see why fine margins when you're on the ragged edge, when you're on the limit like Zarco was, pushing for a Q2 time. 13th is the best we'll see Zarco potentially finish here, and Bagnaia's in Q1, isn't he? Pecco Bagnaia, unless he has the second half of his life here around this Mandalika circuit. Through sector 3 he goes. Let's pick him up on the 63 Ducati. Has he found any time? Forget it. No. Game over. We will see Pecco Bagnaia in tomorrow morning's Q1 session. Mark somehow, despite his 2 falls in this practice session, is just about clinging on to a place in Q2. He's still 9th. He's back in 10th though now.
Yeah, he's really clinging on, because Rins has gone 7th. Quartararo's going quicker than Marquez just behind him, so Mark can't afford to back off on this final lap. Rins is safely through to Q2. Alex Marquez is 9th. He could be under some real pressure shortly. Here comes Bagnaia improves. Mark goes 10th, but Quartararo could be about to dump him out.
Quartararo does. Fabio Quartararo then, with a late 129.837, has pushed Marc Marquez down to 11th place. So for the first time in 2025, we will see Marc Marquez, the newly crowned world champion, feature in our opening 15-minute Q1 session. Well, what a fraught Friday this has been to start his reign as world champion. Marc Marquez, 2 crashes in this practice session. The second was a heavy one, wasn't it, at turn 5. And for the first time in 2025, for the first time as a factory Ducati rider, Marc Marquez finds himself in Q1, joined by his teammate Pecco Bagnaia, who has gone from hero to zero in the space of 5 days, hasn't he, Bagnaia? The race winner in such dominant fashion last time out in Motegi. 17th on the timesheets was Bagnaia. All 3 Ducati GP25s in Q1. Mark 11th, Bagnaia 17th, the Gian Antonio a dismal 18th, only Vinales and Chantra behind him. Take nothing away though from Marco Bezzecchi, who has been absolutely mustard here in Mandalika on Friday. A 129.240. It was not even close. It wasn't really a contest, wasn't it?